Hello, dear viewers, and welcome to Star Scandal Spotlight, your go-to channel for the most captivating moments in the world of Korean entertainment. Today, we invite you to dive into an emotional journey with us as we uncover a heart-stirring scene that has left fans around the world speechless. Minutes Ho's tearful moment at the wedding. What did Song Hye-kyo whisper that brought him to tears? Stay with us as we unravel the story behind the glistening eyes, the emotional exchange, and the whispers that may have changed everything. Let's find out, right now. It was supposed to be a beautiful, glamorous ceremony filled with elegance and joy. But no one, absolutely no one, was prepared for what unfolded when top Hall star Lee Min-ho was spotted wiping away tears in the middle of a wedding aisle, and standing just inches away from him, dressed in quiet grace, was Song Hye-kyo, whispering something that would leave the entire crowd frozen. The scene took place at a private wedding in Seoul, a high-profile event attended by the creme de la creme of the Korean entertainment industry. The A-listers seated in the front rows. Anticipation filled the air. Everyone was waiting for the bride and groom to take center stage. But it wasn't the newlyweds who stole the spotlight. It was Lee Min-ho, known for his composed, charming image, suddenly showing a rare, vulnerable side that no camera had ever caught before. As he stepped forward to give a congratulatory speech, something about the moment shifted. His voice wavered, his eyes glossed over. And then, right as he turned slightly to his left, the audience caught a glimpse of Song Hye-kyo, who had unexpectedly made a quiet entrance just moments earlier. No one heard the exact words. No microphone caught it, but every single person close enough to see witnessed the exchange. Song Hye-kyo leaned in, her hand lightly touching Lee Min-ho's elbow. And she whispered something, just one sentence, into his ear. In that instant, Lee Min-ho froze. His face crumbled, his shoulders tensed, and then came the tears, quiet, raw, and uncontrollable. People gasped. Cameras clicked. Some thought it was a scene from a drama, but this wasn't fiction. This was real, and Lee Min-ho was not acting. Elation spread like wildfire. Were they once lovers? Was this a reunion? A farewell? Had they shared something in the past that no one knew about? Sources close to both stars confirmed that Lee Min-ho and Song Hye-kyo had maintained a deep mutual respect over the years. But nothing had ever gone public. No dating rumors, no photos, no scandals. They were always seen as two titans of K-drama, orbiting in separate universes, but insiders now hint that there might have been more. An anonymous stylist revealed, there were whispers years ago that Lee Min-ho always carried a quiet admiration for her. Said, off the record, that she was the actress who made him believe in on-screen love being real. Whisper at the wedding have been a long-awaited acknowledgement? An apology? Or a goodbye? After the emotional moment, Lee Min-ho excused himself and stepped outside for several minutes. When he returned, his eyes were red. He composed himself like the professional he is. Song Hye-kyo, on the other hand, remained calm and poised, exchanging light conversation with other guests. Her expression unreadable. Some attendees described the atmosphere afterward as tense but deeply moving. People weren't sure if they had witnessed the end of a story, or the beginning of one. Fans react in shock. Social media exploded within minutes. What did she say to make him cry like that? OMG, Lee Min-ho was in tears. Song Hye-kyo must have said something incredibly emotional. This moment deserves its own K-drama. Clips went viral. Hashtags like #LeeMinho tears, #Song Hye-kyo whisper, and #unexpected love story trended across platforms in both Korea and internationally. Fellow celebrities posted cryptic emojis and hearts after the event, further fueling rumors. Neither Lee Min-ho nor Song Hye-kyo has made a public statement. Their agencies remain tight-lipped, refusing to comment on private matters. But what remains is the haunting visual of a man known for playing strong, stoic leads, breaking down in front of a woman known for enduring tragic love stories on screen. The way he looked at her, the way she whispered so gently, tears that followed. Some moments don't need to be explained. They just need to be felt. And this one? It left an entire industry holding its breath. After the ceremony ended and guests began to leave, the whispers only grew louder. People weren't just talking, They were obsessing. It happened between Lee Min-ho and Song Hye-kyo before that fateful day. What kind of buried emotion could reduce one of Korea's most poised actors to tears with just a single sentence? And perhaps the most haunting question of all, was it a confession or closure? One attendee, a veteran entertainment journalist, shared her account, still visibly shaken. "I've been covering celebrity events for over a decade," she said, "but I've never seen something so emotionally raw and so unspoken." According to her, during the wedding reception, Min-ho sat 2 tables away from Song Hye-kyo. They didn't speak again, but they exchanged glances. Not frequent, obvious, but piercing when they happened. "Glimpses filled with years of unsaid things," she added. "It was like watching a film with no dialogue, but every expression told a story." Was this their final chapter? Or the first page of something new? Rumors from nearly a decade ago are now resurfacing. In 2015, both stars were briefly in Los Angeles at the same time. Fans speculated they may have crossed paths. Nothing was confirmed. More recently, in 2020, Min-ho publicly praised Song Hye-kyo's performance and encounter, calling her acting hauntingly beautiful. Hye-kyo responded with a subtle like on social media, but again, no direct interaction. Insiders now hint that their connection may have remained quiet but constant. One former staff member from a major awards ceremony claimed, "There were always respectful nods between them backstage. Nothing more, but the way they looked at each other. It stayed with you." Friends close to Lee Min-ho are reportedly worried. One source said, "He's been quieter since the wedding, or introspective." Whatever happened with Hye-kyo, it wasn't just small talk. While fans are analyzing every past interview, every award show interaction, looking for clues. Had this been building for years? Had they been hiding something from the world, and perhaps even from themselves? I believe that if Song Hye-kyo's whisper was indeed a farewell, the moment was her way of letting go. Gently, privately. And Lee Min-ho's tears? Not weakness. Grief of losing something that never even had a chance to begin. For now, the silence between them continues. No Instagram stories, no press statements, no clarifications. In the world addicted to headlines and instant reactions, perhaps the most powerful stories are the ones that resist explanation. A whisper, a tear, a glance. Somewhere between all of that is a love story untold, and maybe that's what makes it unforgettable. Say some of the most powerful stories are never written in ink, they unfold in silence, in glances, in moments suspended between 2 heartbeats. That wedding day, meant to celebrate another couple's forever, unexpectedly exposed a wound that had long been hidden under layers of professionalism, fame, and public expectation. And as days have passed since that unforgettable moment, the emotions have not faded, they've only deepened. Since the event, Lee Min-ho has kept a low profile, no press appearances, no updates on his usually active social media accounts. Fans noticed, and they worried. Even casual posts from his friends and co-stars were met with comments like, "Is he okay?" That look in his eyes that day. Thought it wasn't acting. "He's not posting like he used to." I feel like something inside him shifted. Insiders close to his management claim he's currently taking time off for personal reflection, avoiding even the most lucrative endorsements and show offers. It's not burnout. One staff member revealed, it's something deeper. It's heartbreak, but the kind that doesn't come from a breakup, the kind that comes from finally realizing what you've lost, or what you never really had. In contrast, Song Hye-kyo has returned to work. She appeared at a quiet reading session for her next drama, smiling softly, poised as always. Those who were there described her as distant, more reserved than usual, and lost in thought between takes. There's been no mention of the wedding incident. No interview question allowed to touch this subject. Those who truly observe her, her fans, her colleagues, even the staff, say she's different now, as if she left something behind at that wedding, or perhaps as if she finally let something go. The question haunts everyone. Some believe it was a simple phrase, "I'm sorry." Others speculate it was more loaded, something she had carried in her heart for years but could never say until that moment. I thought of you often. We missed our timing. You've been a beautiful part of my story. No one knows. And perhaps no one ever will. Something about a whisper that shakes harder than a scream. It's private. Intimate. A breath of vulnerability too sacred for the world to hear. And that whisper broke a man who has faced crowds of thousands, critics, and heartbreak before. This time, wasn't the world judging him, it was his own heart. Parallel universe. Fans have started imagining what could have been. Fan edits are flooding TikTok and YouTube, piecing together every interaction. A subtle moment between Lee Min-ho and Song Hye-kyo from past award shows, press conferences, even charity events where they were coincidentally both present. Some clips are chilling. A brief moment at a film festival in 2019 when their eyes met across a crowded hall, and Lee Min-ho's smile faltered. Charity gala in 2021 where they stood near each other but never exchanged words. The tension unmistakable. A 2016 interview where Lee Min-ho named Autumn in My Heart, Song Hye-kyo's breakout drama, as the series that made him fall in love with storytelling. One fan wrote under a viral clip. Maybe they lived their entire story in the moments we didn't see. What happened at the wedding has transcended the boundaries of celebrity gossip. It has become a cultural moment, an unintentional metaphor for missed chances, unspoken feelings, and the kind of love that exists outside of timing. A society that often values clarity and closure. This unresolved tension is strangely comforting to many. It reminds people that not everything in life is meant to be understood, and not all love stories need an ending to be real. One columnist in a major Korean publication wrote, Lee Min-ho and Song Hye-kyo reminded us that vulnerability is not weakness, that a tear in public can be more honest than 1,000 smiles, and that sometimes, the most beautiful stories are the ones we'll never fully know. This moment had been scripted in a drama. It would have ended with a confession, a sudden embrace, a kiss in the rain, but real life is messier and more honest. The final moments of the wedding, as guests gathered outside for photos, Lee Min-ho and Song Hye-kyo stood on opposite ends of the garden. They never approached each other again. But as he left, Lee Min-ho turned back, just once, and looked at her. She was laughing softly with someone. For the briefest second, she looked up and met his eyes. Smile. No tears. Just a quiet understanding. Then they turned, each walking into a different direction. Some love stories don't need chapters, some memories don't need names, and some whispers will echo